Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. About 4.5 years ago, I put a video on this channel, you can go watch it if you want to, called my $1 million marketing plan. And not everything went to plan, but I ended up making well over $1 million on the internet because of that plan. At least sort of the, what would you call it, the outline of that plan. And you can check out the link in the description and watch that. This is 4.5 years ago. Now it's today, and I'm in the same room that I filmed that video in, my childhood bedroom. And my wife and I have decided to be closer to my family during this time where we're having a kid. And I decided that I'm going to vote this time to building $1 million a month business. Now, I don't know that I'm going to get there, but this is the plan that if I execute it properly, will get me there. So I figured it'd be valuable for a lot of people if I took the time to explain this plan and share with you what the plan is and what I'm really working on. Because I think it's really cool to be able to document your journey and kind of all the pieces that are coming together and actually be able to put it out there into the universe and say, this is kind of what I'm working on. And also to tell you that if you want to be a part of this, that you can apply to be a part of the team. I'm very actively looking for people that want to be a part of this, specifically in sales or coaching roles. And you'll understand how that all looks here in just a sec. So really cool stuff. So let's get right into it. So this is I just kicked my guitar. This is my $1 million a month plan. And, if you want to make something happen, you kind of speak it into reality. And I really want this to be a very sustainable number. And I see a lot of people get here and then lose it. And they lose it because they didn't really build a good team culture. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anything, but a lot of people just don't read the books. They don't read the culture books. They don't read the leadership books. They don't read the operations books and stuff like that. And because of that, they don't sustain this. They really run this off of either fear or hype. It's one of the two. And hype doesn't last and fear doesn't last. So you have to really run a very sustainable team energy. And so we're very driven by the mission, vision, and values that we embody as a company. And we'd like to reach this milestone. So I'll start with sort of the ladder. All right. So the ladder looks like this. We've got our main product, the consulting blueprint. And this is where we can take anybody with a passion subject or a desire to serve other human beings, or who's willing to go through a learning process to figure out what they could coach on, or who already knows what they would coach on, and get them with predictability and certainty to about $15,000 to $20,000 a month online in income as a one-man show working from home and with very flexible hours. And we've done that for tons of people, and you can check out the interviews links in the description to a bunch of people that we've done that for. And we've got more and more people doing it every single day. We've probably got a person or two enrolling into this every single day right now. And I'd like for that number to be more like 5 or 6 people a day, and I'll explain how we're going to do that. Then we'd like to see 15% of these people upgrade to what we call the scaling blueprint program. This is our next step where we show you how to train a team, place people, and actually become a business owner. So instead of just like a really highly paid one-on-one person, you're actually a business owner with people who work for you, who do the work for you, and who are excited to do the work and are motivated to fight for your goals with you. In this mastermind, we've gotten well over 20 people to $100,000 a month in gross volume for their business. And that's at, on average, about a 60% profit level. And so it's a really cool group. And then the final group that I want to have, and right now I'm one-on-one in this, but I want to move my one-on-one up to a final highest tier group where I really help people get to, hopefully I help people to get to $1 million a month. That's what I'd like to do. And so I'll just explain it all. So first of all, we're going to use just primarily Facebook and YouTube ads and then a little bit of branding. So we're going to do both. I don't want to just do direct response, and I don't want to just do brand. I think a lot of people hedge one or the other, and they overhedge themselves, and it doesn't play out well in the long term. Because if you only have brand comes and goes, man. It really, there's not very many people that have a very consistent, sustainable brand that just is always live. People always respect it. People always have a good outlook on it. And even I myself, I've lost some respect because I've gone backwards, and it's obvious, and it's what am I going to do? Sit here and pretend like I'm doing well? Things really suck right now. And that's brand. You know what I mean? And so if you don't have a good brand, then it doesn't always work. And then ads, they create this level of consistency that enables us to actually scale a team. So with brand, we'll bring in people to sell, but it's we don't have this turnkey system where we know that we can fill that person's calendar up with opportunity. With ads, we have that. So right now we're booking about 15 to 20 calls a day just from ads. And I'm not really doing much on YouTube or anything like that because, to be honest, it just is I just have spent so much time with the team and everything and building this all out, but I need to do this. This is why I'm doing this video. So we're gonna hire a content agency and pay them about 10 grand a month, and they're gonna do a lot of our short form and everything like that, and even like help us run a podcast, and I might write a book, which would be a lot of fun. And that's the stuff that's really gonna create like a nice floor. If all of this breaks, which it probably will at some point, because that's business, or if it goes backwards or anything, I'll at least have invested into my reputation on the internet, and people will know who I am and respect, know, like, and trust me. And that'll make doing business a lot easier and attracting team and everything. But with our ads right now, we've got a $20 cost per lead, and these are great leads too. Like people who are like really good to go. Like if we got on the phone with them, they'd probably buy this thing. So it's really in market, and also for those of you who know ads, our CPMs are awesome. So like we are able to scale these campaigns really far. So I could scale these to like $5,000 a day and spend and still get a $20 cost per lead. And this is like my little secret that I'm not sharing with anybody, because I don't want anybody to steal my audience or my targeting or the angle or anything. And I legitimately feel like this is like the thing that is going to get me to $1 million a month. So we've got a really nice audience, good targeting, good segmented, and we've got a $120 cost per booking. And now this is directly from the video they watch. They opt in, they watch an educational video at the end, we pitch them to book a call with us. But also we have the sales team here, we've got phone setters. So we have people actually calling these leads within about 2 to 3 minutes of them opting in. And we just have a conversation, get to know them, add some value, and then we say, look, like, these are your goals that you've shared with me. We'd love to help you reach those goals. Are you free sometime in the next 2 or 3 days? We can hook you up with one of our coaches and they can chat with you. And that's our sales team. But our sales team aren't like, just a sales team. We're here to help people. So our goal is to just add a bunch of value and make offers to people where it makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, we don't sell them. But if it does make sense, we sell them. And then they get started in this right here. This is the first of our 3 ascensions. And so with this system, right now we're turning about $1 into $4, which is okay, but not great. And that's $1 into $4 just front end though. So as we get the ascensions, we'll have like $1 into like 10, which is the ideal scenario for us. And so the sales team size, I'll start with this. The front end, I'd like for us to do, and you can read this, front end, I'd like us to do about $400,000 upfront a month to $650,000 upfront a month. And these might sound like big numbers, but when you think about like each of these salespeople as being individual people who are motivated to reach their commission goals, believe in this mission and this vision as a company, believe in the products, and are willing to fight to enroll the right people, then like it's not that big of a deal, right? Like if people really believe in this, then that's totally doable. So 400 to 650,000 front end, that's not including split pays, that's just that first payment month 1. Okay, so this alone could probably compound if we do it right to $1 million a month. But I want to have a lot of hedges. This is why I have this ladder here. Okay, and then the back end ascension off of CB into this, I'd like us to see like a 15% ascension. Now this is going to take a lot of work to make happen, but really the way that you get that is by making this program just super freaking good. And just like getting tons of results and making it like, you might as well have paid $100 grand for this. You know what I mean? Just being really, 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 really good. And it is good. And it's pretty much the main thing I've sold for a while now. I've sold like 4.5 million of it, and it's ridiculously good at what it does. And so, we've got a great process for helping people. People get great results. Do we have the occasional unhappy customer? Absolutely. Every company does. But the majority of our clients and customers are very, very, very happy with this. And so we'd like to have 4 outbound phone setters and 7 sales reps, and then 1 person in our DMs on social media. And then we have a daily huddle with this team. So this team huddles every single day. And I've actually got a sales team leader who his goal is to make anywhere from $50,000 to $80,000 a month leading this team out. And he's an incredible human being, and he's doing interviews as we speak and building out this team. And then as we get good people onto this team, we just ramp spend up. So that's the cool thing is like, as we get good people here, we just ramp up spend, and then that ramped spend enables them to meet their commission goals. However, a lot of these people are coming in right now and they're not really selling that well. So we're doing a lot of coaching and working with them and getting them up to speed. They're good people, but there's a lot of room to grow in sales right now. And so with myself, just myself yesterday, I had 2 meetings and I brought in just under $15,000 in cash sales for us. So I know how to sell this thing. It's just that this team needs to learn, honestly. And so we're willing to work with them and coach them and lead them, but that's sales, man. So I'm not blaming them. It's gonna take time. We've been at this now in this plan. I've been executing this plan for about a month and a half, really. It's fairly new. So that's that. Now, the most important thing is that we're gonna have a success team. Now, this is what's really gonna enable us to create the ascensions from here to here at a 15% rate. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to have a tentative goal. If a student who's assigned to you, if you're on the success team, doesn't reach $10,000 a month by month 3, you did something wrong. Okay, like that's my standard here, because truthfully, it's not that hard to do that with this program. And if you have somebody in your corner who's meeting with you once a week, who understands the product, understands your psychology, is truly in your corner, and it's going to tell you what you need to hear, and understands a bunch of the other students that have succeeded and what it took for them to succeed, and I meet with this team every day and I review their coaching calls and I review how they're serving people, like there's no reason we don't have students doing $10,000 month by month 3 consistently, like clockwork. And if they're an existing coach or consultant, then like 4 to 5xing their business, because it's honest, most people just overcomplicate their business like crazy. And so this success team, I'm really looking for these people right now. I don't have any of them right now, but I'm envisioning 3 to 4 coaches, and they get paid for each person that signs up, and they lose that money if they refund out. Right, and they actually get a dink. Like, it's not just you lose the exact money if they refund out, you actually get money taken out of your next pay too, because really that's like on you. And so they will do the initial first one-on-one call. This team will pass off to this team, and we'll have a smooth transition that'll happen within 24 hours of their enrollment. We'll set the tone, help them set some goals, tell them what they're going to achieve, get personal with them, and help them figure out what they're really trying to achieve with this. Because if this can truly change their life, and it can, then this and then this becomes a reality. And so really, this here, instead of the front end being the main moneymaker, it's actually the incubator for the main moneymakers. And a lot of people don't think like this in the space right now, and they're not willing to step into a role of leadership and make these things happen. But I fully am, and I'm going to do that. So, yeah. So 15% ascension to the mastermind, which is scaling blueprint. That's the next step. And I think 15% is doable if this team is highly commission motivated, which they will get a commission for every ascension. And now I'll have a rule that you don't roll in anybody unless they're at a certain point. So you have to, in this program, be doing at least $20,000 a month minimum as a floor consistently. And you need to be selling a group program. And if you're selling a group program, you're doing $20,000 a month, and you're using our tracking sheets, which show us exactly what the profit and loss is on their business, and they're turning at least $1 into 15 with their advertising, which is very, very common here. But that's like the floor. If they're doing those things, then they're ready for this. Because if they can just get in here, we're going to show them how to hire, how to train, who to place, and maybe even make some calls out of our Rolodex and our connections to help fill their business with those people, so that they can get to $100,000 a month, literally just by increasing the spend that they're spending to get the customers they're getting. That's it. And then they get to $100,000 a month. And so I think 15% ascension is very doable if the students we have a great first impression, they get right to work, and they get great results that first month. And then they really truly feel and know that we're in their corner and that they made a great decision very quickly, and they get to $10,000 a month within month 3. Because in this, you get 12 months access to this. So if by month 3, they're at most people's goal, like most people want to get to $10,000 a month. That's very, very common. And if they can do that by month 3, which is the goal, then they're going to be blown away. And that will make that conversation like 6 to 8 months down the line much more doable, much more easy. So this team is, they have to have a good understanding of the psychology of what makes a coaching program sell, be willing to have those conversations with people about what their coaching program could be, like I do all the time, and like my team already does. And help them structure out the offer, help them make those first sales, everything like that. They need to be as good as I am, if not better. And then we can get a 15% ascension very, very easily. Because truthfully, once you reach 20 or 30 grand a month in this product right here, there's like this ceiling, man. There's this ceiling of becoming a leader of a business. Like, you can probably push it and do like 40-ish a month as a one-man show if you're really, really good. But it just becomes overwhelmingly complex, and it just takes over your life, and you just need to move into being a business owner and hire people. Or stay where you're at, stay comfortable, do 20, 30 grand a month. Most people are actually very happy with that, and that's fine. But a lot of people, they need that visionary to speak in their life and show them, look, like this could be $1 million a year thing if you just took that leap. And that's the next leap that we can help people take if they're serious about that. So that's that. And then I want to place the best success team leader as the leader of that division. So we've got a leader of the sales division right now, and he's awesome. But I want to have a leader of the success team division as well. And the leader of that team is going to get a percentage of the ascensions, as well as a percentage of all enrollments, not just the ones that are assigned to them. Okay? And so this is what I'm developing. And that's the plan. So trying to think if there's anything else. And I don't think that there's much else, but this is like what we're doing and how I'm gonna execute on it. And yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I think the things that's really gonna get in the way, if anything, is, and this is just me being honest, because like no plan is bulletproof, is first of all just obviously like unforeseen variability and things that I didn't see coming. That's the biggest one. It's just like things that I haven't thought about yet. The second one would be just team and culture. Like, it's really hard to build a good culture with a digital company. And I've experienced like bringing on people and then losing people, bringing on, like, it's just like, I'm not able to make that vision a reality that I have in my head. And I think a lot of it has to do with being a digital company. So I think we might end up getting an office if things start to kind of tick like I'm wanting them to. So we might do that. So that I can kind of walk around and get a temperature check on the company without having to like check Slack and stuff. Like I want to be able to actually talk to these people and like build a real thing. The other thing would just be like, me, like not keeping my standards high, allowing certain team members, certain leaders on the team to not perform, not being willing to have hard discussions and hard conversations with people, not pushing them to the level of results that I believe that they're capable of, and allowing them to settle for results that maybe are lesser than I know that they could achieve. And also just my willpower too. I mean, this is like a heavy lift. Like, it's not going to be easy. And so I think also like, I've got a baby coming and a lot of life changes. And so that's probably going to be another one that's going to make it hard. But yeah, I've figured out a lot, and I can probably figure this out too. It's kind of like my roundabout idea. And this $1 million a month should be like a 45% profit at the end of the day. Maybe 50 to 55 if we can get really good at this ascension. And I think if we're really good at this even third level ascension, then we can blow past $1 million a month. We could do like 1.4, 1.5. Because this final level, I'd like for it to be like a really intimate setting where I consult, these high level business owners on building an 8-figure company. Because I know, you probably had that feeling before where you know what it looks like in your head. You can feel it. It's all there. Like, it all makes sense in your head, but you just have to like act it into reality. You have to like pull it into reality. And that's the stage that I'm at right now, where it's like, this all makes so much sense to me. And I can feel it, I can see it, and it's there. But I just have to now do that inner work of raising my standard and not allowing this to not happen. Because it's more about like standards and what you're willing to settle for than it is having a really nice goal. And I legitimately, I've told my team this many times, and I really actually mean this, that if this doesn't happen, I'm just gonna get a job. Because to be honest, like, my main thing is like my peace. And running a business is really hard unless you have an amazing team that you get to run it alongside, that you feel excited to wake up and do business with. Because really, these are all partners. Like, all my setters, my sales reps, my GM setter, my success team, my leaders of these teams, these are all my business partners. And if we don't all get along and love this thing and really care about it and want to see it succeed in the long term, then like, I'd rather just go work a job, because it's just not worth it. And so what I'm trying to do is really build something that can really last and really be good. Because yeah, I just don't want to do anything unless I really feel convicted about it. And I think for a long time I saw a lot of people online or in this space or other spaces or other like business podcasts and stuff that get to a big level, and it's just like, they don't seem like they're loving life, man. They seem like they're hating their life, actually. And I don't want to hate my life, but I do want to build a nice business. And the reason why I want to do this, because to be honest, if all I did was just upload YouTube videos, take sales calls, and sell stuff, I could put $100,000 a month in the bank, profit like clockwork. It would not be hard at all. But the problem with that is that all roads lead back to me. And I trust myself, but it's just like lonely, first of all, and second of all, it's not something that like my family can like step into. It's not something my wife can step in. It's not something that I get to build alongside a group of people that I really care about. And so to me, this is actually more of a relational play than it is anything else. Like, getting to $1 million a month, if my vision is here, then I create a big enough vision for other people's personal vision to step in and slot into that and be very fulfilled. And really high quality people that I really like, trust, respect, and want to do life with. Like, my vision is that each of the leaders in this business, my wife knows theirs, and our kids get along, and it's like a big thing. And I really want to build like something that feels like rare air in like a dying world. that's what I really want to build. I want to build this like company where it feels like this is the best thing that's ever happened in your life, and this is what you needed. And it's like a breath of fresh air for the people who work here. That's really what I want to build. And I just feel like we live in such a weird world where people need this sense of community. They need this sense of like mission, and we're missing that. And so I think that my business can solve that problem for a lot of people too. And that's like my selling proposition to employees. You know what I mean? Is like, this is going to be like, you know, a very high performance sort of family that really is here to succeed together and do this for a long, long, long time. And the hedges that'll enable us to do it for a long time are like making sure students are ridiculously satisfied with every single one of the programs, and then making sure that our marketing doesn't have any leaks or holes in it. Like, I've got like 6 backup ad accounts, so like we're good there. And then with brand stuff, I've grown up making content. You know what I mean? Like, I can make content. I used to make, you know, finger tech deck skateboard videos on this YouTube channel. So like I know how to do that. And then writing a book, I've always wanted to write a book. And so there's a lot of hedges in this as well. So really, if you've watched it this far and you want to be a part of this, and you want to be a part of a company that has a strong mission to really change the lives of its customers, and you're willing to go through a lot of deep rewiring and relearning your relationship to making money, and you're willing to allow me and my leadership to speak into your life and make you an incredible team player, so long as you're bought into the mission for the long term, then you can apply for our company, TreyCochran.com/jobs, and you can see what roles are available. And we have you submit a video and everything, and then we'll go from there. So the things we're really looking for is like the success team, and that's very necessary. The on-track earnings for that is probably like $7,000 a month low end, $12,000 a month higher end, maybe more if you're really good at the ascensions, okay? Sales team, the setters, you can expect to make $6,000 to $8,000 monthly, $5,000 to $8,000 a month. Salespeople, you can expect to make about $8,000 to $15,000 a month, depending on your skill. And then, yeah. So that's that. But don't apply unless you actually believe in this. Like, if you check out my YouTube channel, see the results you've gotten, see the impact we're wanting to have, you can go ahead and apply. But yeah, that's my plan. And I think we can do it. And it's really not that big of a deal either. Like, to be honest, it's just a lot of things that need to not go wrong. Like, I need to not be a sucky boss. I need to pay payroll on time. I need to, you know, like, just the little things. Like, you know, it's the little things that go a long way that I know that I might screw up with. Like, just like tracking the books and stuff, like these little things, you know, and I've really had to dig deeper and get more willing to do little, what I would regularly deem like boring stuff in order to be able to build a bigger business. And without that foundation of the boring stuff, you're just not going to succeed. And like another thing is like tax strategy. Like for the longest time, it's just like my accountant's just like, hey, you owe this much. And I'm like, cool, I just pay it. And I don't even think about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not going to work here. So it's a lot of personal growth that I'm having to do, and a lot of getting better as a business owner, getting more responsible, wiser, and making stronger decisions and more clear decisions that will allow this to happen. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching. That's my $1 million a month marketing plan. And yeah, I'm going to try and make it happen.